Well, we're getting into
No, it was yesterday.
Oh, well, we can keep drinking anyway.
Yeah.
Screw it. Double kit is not the most common setup, but let's see as MVP go for a very heavy quadruple B stack on this pistol round. It's actually ALPHA Red might be walking into it. HSK spotting. How long do they commit with this before? Because they're still going to be underpass pressure. And Olivia's throwing fake smokes into the A site. Now, will that draw a rotation? Will MVP be baited by this utility, or will they just commit for the retake on A with this quad B setup? There's a push through connector. This is a really intricate fake, and I'm loving it. ALPHA Red are going in through market. This almost looks like a read. It almost looks like they knew they were going to get this control for free. They drop back into the middle area from window. MVP have fully rotated to A, but ALPHA Red, they've played themselves. They're going back towards the A bomb site when B is completely empty. Not that MVP harbor either one of the sites, but now they're going to push back with their majority into
now
A,
it's going to be.
back towards B. The bomb's still in spawn. What is going on?
It's like sheep herding. That's what the map looks like. And here come the border collies of MVP.
Oh, no.
And I mean, they're more like wolves than dogs, aren't they? They are chowing down on these sheep. Mirage and Olivia left up. Ooh. It's back to A, but look at the minimap. Where are MVP going? They're going away as well. They're literally one step ahead. Oh, dear. Ooh, nice. Not so nice. Olivia's been deleted 25 seconds.
Go B.
Mirage, if you go B, I guarantee there's going to be 4 players waiting, so just die here. And that's the round. What a pistol round. That is a brilliant round as far as probably one of the best I've ever seen in CS.
That's so much fun. I feel more for Mirage than anyone there. He spent that round running to apartments, running back towards T-Spawn, going back towards apartments, going back towards T-Spawn, and getting one tapped on A. Poor guy.
That's like me every time I play MM, man. Like, my teammates don't do anything, and then you get one tap.
But that is a really smart pistol round from MVP, knowing that you can just play retake on A.
Safety in numbers.
Yeah, just stay grouped, just trade together. That's really fun. ALPHA Red, I mean, they throw in a great pistol to actually get up into jungle and connector, etc. But unfortunately, didn't meet anyone there. They were all hidden inside a market. And this time, no one's hidden. Everyone's out in the open, and everyone's dead. Simple as that. 5 players surviving for MVP, and a clean anti-eco. Those Glocks get dealt with.
Also, Hugo, you asked what day it was today, National Day. I found a website, National Day Calendar.
Yeah.
It tells you all there's a lot of, today's like a national day for 100 different things.
Yeah, that's why I don't believe national
No, I know,
days.
right? Because it's like, can it really be national?
Can't you just name it? Like, you can't anyone.
Also,
who comes up with what day it is?
There's National Hot Fudge Sunday Day. That is already horrible, because if I'm saying Sunday Day, that's awful. Here's the A-play, and it's HSK to fall down at the ramp. Push coming in, and Mirage tapping down another despite being 5 points of health. Stax and Zeph wondering where this round went oh so wrong. Coming in for the rotation. Bomb is on the back of Mirage, and he's actually trapped on Tetris, so they might be able to find him. And KNTZ falling, Stax doubling up, and the round's gone the other way. MVP, they'll take it.
I have nothing to add. Yeah, head in your hands. I don't blame you, 789. That was a blinder to lose. Look at these shots. The flick back, bang. Stax is on fire. And MVP, and that's the thing, if you're ALPHA Red here, you have to remember, every time you enter a bomb site, there are going to be 5 players.
The thing is, man, that round there falls apart because ALPHA Red put a lot of stake in waiting for that mid play to come in. I'm not quite sure who was down there, but they end up like just pausing it for the time being in Palace and on Tetris. Now, admittedly, Mirage 5 points of health. He'd already done his job with a fantastic double entry into the A-bomb site. He was waiting for the Connector and Palace player to try and maneuver, try and activate to get something done, and they both fall at the first hurdle. So yeah, that round grinds to a halt. Massive play from Stax though to find the double kill, like not taking anything away from him there. ALPHA Red, they've got mid. It's National Thread the Needle Day, and that's what they're going to try and do.
They've actually got Olivia on window as well. Not moving just yet. Great nade. Oh. Olivia's just waiting for the right time to strike, see if anything comes his way. That's a pick on A right now. Fox has just opened up. This round could definitely fall apart for MVP. With Olivia in this position, it's going to be the biggest question mark. If he just finds the timing when HSK is distracted, it could be a 5-on-3 immediately, and that would be so rough to come back from if you're MVP. Olivia looking towards middle. And here comes the A play for Alpha Red. Now, they haven't got utility, so they've got to walk out dry, but Zyne just gave up the A site, so Alpha Red are going to be able to get through ramp. This is, I mean, they're being given so much room to maneuver, but there are the trades. HSK and Zyne getting a kill. The flanking window does activate, and Olivia gets a gun. This is where things get interesting. 3-on-3, that bomb can go down right now, but there's no smoke to cover the car. Molotov in the corner. Zyne's got to go. He's going to be pinned, and Fox catches him moving out into the open. That would have spread, so he had to move. Zeth with a double, and he's going to save the day. Just when you think Alpha Red are in control, someone from MVP steps up.
And that's been like the real kind of reoccurring problem for Alpha Red in these rounds. Even when they get into a site, even when they're sat 3-on-2 up, as they have been now, back-to-back rounds, they still get shut down by just one player digging deep and having this phenomenal moment. And so it's like, on one side of things, well played to MVP, but also for Alpha Red, if you're consistently getting thwarted by just one man, you've got to wonder why the trades aren't coming through, why the utility isn't there to nullify these players before they can get into these positions. Obviously, that round there, you give them an exception. It was a partial investment. They didn't really have much utility to work with. Oh, my rolls. Get out of mid. See, it's already done damage through the boxes. It's actually glass cannon on this AWP, interestingly enough.
That's why he leaves windows so early when he knows they're in middle. He doesn't want to get double naded or mollied or spammed through a smoke. So reposition to the top of Ticket. That's a good angle, because when you peek it from bottom con, sometimes you can only see his legs if you peek it from a certain angle. Or at least the bottom half of his body. Less flesh to hit, Harry. I'm all about less flesh, I think. I don't know what that means. Either way, Alpha Red is set up outside of B with the bomb, and Stax is up on the balcony. This could be a problem for Fox. That smoke's about to fade in the next 10 seconds, so Stax waiting patiently at least. It's actually going to fall off. That will get heard. They might have information that is leading them to believe that this is somewhere else. It's actually short. They know that there's some control up towards short. Olivia is there, but the majority of players coming through the apartments, they are no longer holding on to that balcony. Fox can come through. Zeph is going to reposition. That smoke gives Stax a bit of room to maneuver on the site, but he's the only one here. Spraying away, catches the second. 7-8-9, saving the day, and it's just back and forth. No one taking a consistent lead. Zeta on the AWP makes it a 2-on-2, and the bomb goes down.
Boy, KNTZ. Oh, what just happened?
I don't know.
What just happened? They were both in cover. I don't even blame the observer for cutting away from that, because what just happened?
I don't know. I want to see a replay, because that, yeah, I just saw two wallbangs. I think he clipped one through the I was going to say boost box, the box that you get on to play that headshot angle.
Yeah, like the warhead box.
Yeah, and the other one must, I mean, that's...
It had to have been like through truck or something.
You can't wallbang
no,
truck for it. But it was a headshot. It must have been through the corner.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like through the edge.
Yeah, I don't think they were like proper wallbangs where it's like you just couldn't see a thing. I'm sure he could see half the body, and he just... Either way.
Okay, we're going to get our answer. Look, because he misses that one. I was
going to... This one. Oh,
okay,
that's mental.
No, yeah, he couldn't see anything.
Oh! What?
What is that?
Okay, that's just silly.
No, that's it. Yeah, no, I don't trust
Get him out.
This, man. Yeah.
Get out the server.
We were trying to come
Valve
up.
here.
We were trying to underplay it. Like he probably like it probably isn't.
Because how do you even? Yeah. What?
Oh dear, Alpha Red. What do you do against that? He's back in mid. I'm not going near mid if I'm Alpha Red.
He's got armor as well, so better arm for the job, but we'll give it up very early. He knows Alpha Red are all over this position, so MVP are fine giving it away. Question is, where did Alpha Red go with this? That bomb's still top mid. There's one player on ramp. MVP aren't pushing the limits here. They're 5-0 up. They don't need to be the initiators in this round. Ooh, that Molotov tick, 789 gets heard. Fox dead in middle. That's a flashbang from Zeta. Allows HSK to peek in from the window with that M4. So great teamwork / utility usage there. A 5-on-4 taken from MVP. We said they didn't need to be the initiators. Well, if you're 5-0 up, sometimes you want to be the initiators, and they will take that man advantage by storm. Alpha Red, they've got a player in connector, so they're going to go back for this A play. But Harry, notice they don't have any utility. 3 flashes and a Molotov. So you could not get out ramp very easily here, especially not with the AWP posted. The only question mark is, can the players coming through Palace make enough distraction for Mirage to do something?
Yeah, it's a big if. Mirage, it's this entire round that doesn't fall onto his shoulders, but it could very well do. He's the linchpin. He's the man that makes all the difference. And KNTZ, out from the apartments. Mirage is gone. It's Olivia to try and answer back. Mirage doesn't play into this at all. Instead, it is the 2 Palace players, Olivia and KNTZ, to get the bulk of the damage done. And now Olivia, 1v2, bomb planted, and he's just sat on it like a mother hen. AWP in hand.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's heated up. Oh, first gone. Spotted. Olivia, there's 4. And that's the round. Alpha Red get there first, and it's on the back of the AWP. What a way to find it. And perhaps some confidence could be returned to this Alpha Red roster now.
I think that did come down a lot of that round, before Olivia's clutch comes down to miscommunication. Zeta was out in the open on A by Triple, and he's not watching Palace. The player in Sandwich was hiding and looking above them for the Tetris cross, not watching Palace either, just playing passive. That's fine, but that needs to be communicated because Zeta didn't know where to look. HSK had connector, Zeta goes to check it, and at that point he gets peeked from the Palace. So just bad timing or miscommunication or something there from MVP, because it gives them a pick back into the site, and it allows Olivia to actually get that bomb down. Great clutch, of course, finding that 1-on-2, and this might reinvigorate Alpha Red to start to come alive here on this T side. Great shots as well, considering he got mollied and naded. Oh, some hype as well being pulled in for Alpha Red. And look how close these rounds have been, Harry. They win their first T side rifle round, and MVP are straight onto an eco.
Yeah, I mean, you recall, right, even in that round where Zeta gets those incredible wallbangs, he was glass cannon on the AWP, right? So it's like, even though they've been picking them up, they have always been close. And that does kind of go hand in hand with how we were explaining... Uh-oh. No, it should be all right. Should be okay. This is fine. As I was saying, it goes hand in hand with what we were saying about how for MVP, a lot of these clutches were down to 1 player stepping up massively, right? And it was kind of the case that it was these 2vx scenarios where it was actually Alpha Red who had the advantage, where 1 man did it all for MVP. And while that's great, and if you're able to rely on it, then power to you, it does set you up in situations like this where you've never been allowed to build up this big bank of money.
Later, MVP. Alpha Red are getting into this game now, Harry. This will be their 2nd round. Stax trying to grab that Galil. He might even just save it here. 12 HP, 13 HP. No chance to win this round. So MVP falling short of a 2nd, but Alpha Red only beginning to get their groove into this game. It's not too late. Better late than never. They're even hunting for this final kill, but not going to be close enough to find it. Stax gets away with a measly Galil. Probably drop that over to HSK, who has 4,300, so he can buy full utility. They can get the AWP as well out on MVP, so I imagine we'll see Zeta go straight for that, try and get a window pick if he's got the spawn. People talk about, letting you pick your spawn or letting spawns be the same. What are your thoughts on that, Harry? Do you like the random spawn aspect of CSGO?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's like a really good piece of RNG, like calculated
RNG. It's like just the right amount.
Yeah.
Like, because otherwise the spawns would just flat out decide the strats.
Yeah.
From the word go. Like,
which would be really boring.
You would just. It would kind of be like a similar system, like Rainbow Six Siege, where you pick your setup and you plan things out, and that is like a lot of the initial strategy.
And also, if spawns weren't random, I couldn't tell my teammates in pugs that, oh, I have a mid spawn, I'm going to take the AWP for a pick and then steal the AWP from them for the entire round.
And then go apps, and you don't even go mid, man. You just bait. Well, here's Zeta back in CT spawn. He's got the AWP in this round. Nade finding some damage on some eye rolls. Things heating up for old mate Zeta, but he does smoke it off and is able to readjust, leaving CT. Alpha Red, they've pumped the brakes, and that's because they're waiting for this mid play. Never going to materialize, however, as Zine has riddled Foxes over in Connector. 4 on 5 now, ALPHA Red. Still just slowed right down, and this is all well and good, but they've run out of utility. So as these smokes start to fade, they've now got to cross into this bomb site, and they're going to have a very hard time getting out of here. The bomb somehow gets planted for ramp with no smokes down. They've actually been able to get into a pretty good spot here.
And look at Olivia. Olivia's going on that long wrap round through spawn. He might be able to save this round from middle. We'll get back to him later because he's on a run. KNTZ slowing down this push with a huge opening kill in the post plant. Zep coming up, and there's the flank being caught. Olivia gets spotted out. They were ready for it. Myroll's last man up, and even though the bomb was planted for him, there's 3 CTs and a whiff spray. It looked like he was on the mark there, but apparently not. 3 kills for Zine. The retake is successful. And even though MVP give away a bomb plant in a position that they could have stopped it, it was all for the greater good, Harry. 6 rounds to 2. And MVP are back on the board.
Smoke going down to facilitate this crossover into middle. No window smoke though, so Zeta has a bit of free reign here to try and do damage. It is getting lined up now, so he should be about to get nullified, and that goes in. At the same time, Foxes up through lower tunnels, not quite able to deal with Zeta, but it has at least forced him out from the window.
Nice.
Jeez. Wow, that's a horrible nade.
I like what Zine's doing here. What he's doing is if you look on the left side of his screen, he can see that pixel gap on ramp. He's not fighting, he's waiting until he sees someone, and then he's just going to run away. Smoke it off. Oh, already on the angle was Olivia, but shot just a little bit too far to the right. Zeta gets the tag and falls off to the headshot angle instead. Mirage wasn't boosted earlier, although it looked like they attempted to do so. ALPHA Red going to send the bomb back through spawn. Going back to another one of these A plays, but I mean, this is, you talk about Harry MVP holding on to their smokes for so long. Plays like this is how you're able to do it. Because he never needs to smoke ramp off of just a random timing. He smokes it when he knows there's someone there. And at the 30-second mark, if a smoke goes down, you might lose a round as a result of it. So ALPHA Red, are they saving or are they going for this B play? Because right now they need to make a decision. It looks like they're saving, honestly. They have time to change their mind, but with the bomb in spawn and no one moving a muscle, it seems like MVP have locked in a 7th round here. They'll take that. 5 alive. Money actually getting built for a change. Remember, when ALPHA Red won their first round at 5-1, MVP were immediately on eco. So a flawless round, they'll take it every day of the week. You can save your guns all you want, ALPHA Red. Luckily, both Fox and 789 have enough money to get somewhat of a buy in this follow-up round. So it's not the end of the world. That was probably the best case scenario for ALPHA Red in that situation, unless they burst into B and got a bomb plant. But even then, you're asking for a lot with a tagged up AWP and 2 rifles.
That was a pretty sick shot.
Yeah.
Also a pretty goblin angle from whoever was playing it. Like, you could barely see him. The tactical pause for ALPHA Red. And I can't say I blame them. You know, you've been able to get a couple of rounds, but now that progress has kind of slowed down. And you want to keep grinding this out, and it is going to be a grind.
What's up, my grinders? MVP, though, they are very much looking in control of this map right now.
It's MVP over on the CT side, right, as well. So, for, like, I'm a little bit worried when the switch up comes in.
Yeah, if you think about their T side, or their CT side on Inferno, it was flawless. So that's an important start for Olivia, finding a mid pick for a change, taking down Zeta, who has not been keen to play window past the opening 20 seconds of the round. So Olivia catches him when he finally knows where he is. It's off the back of the mid spawn as well. So AWP now in the hands of HSK, who does pick it up from the body of Zeta, and he plays window. ALPHA Red just going to go for a blanket bomb site take with smokes. And MVP, honestly, they're going to have a rough time getting back into it. It's going to be a 4-on-5 retake. That's a keen flashbang.
Molotov down on the other side of that jungle smoke, and that's to disallow any players crossing the bench. But this booster gets deployed. They're trying to find the bomb plant, not quite. 789, that kill is massive, because had that boosted player been allowed to deal with Foxes in the bomb site, it would have been a 3-on-3 with no bomb planted yet, and these smokes just starting to fade. With that kill coming through, Stax and HSK now left in this 2v3. Bomb planted out in the open. It is a ramp plant. So for Stax, his best option here might be to back away and save, and he knows it. He gets spotted there even by Olivia. Alpha Red on the back of that tactical timeout. They will be securing a third round. They keep 3 players alive as well. Still a bye coming up for MVP in the following round.
He's looking for the AWP, but HSK took it ages ago. Died on A with him. It's like behind stairs. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why HSK didn't say that he took the AWP from window.
Did he get it? Because I saw him jump out window and go towards connector.
Either way, it's a small save and an otherwise lost round. Alpha Red finding their third. They're getting into the groove, Harry. Well, is in the hands of Zeta again, so I imagine it did get saved. I'll take that back to window. Olivia without the spawn or the interest. He'll go towards B this time and does spot the jump. Desperately trying to get this pick on B, but MVP, they are not giving it to him. Deep smoke and just spam through it, make sure he's not on the other side. They tag him down to 50 with nades. KNCZ coming back through the underpass. Alpha Red wanting to take control out of middle. And that's one thing, MVP have been absolutely cool with giving away mid this game. We've not seen any abuse of short. I'd love to see Alpha Red go for an aggressive short play. Look at these setups. If you split B and short, but fast, you would win the round. More than likely. Cut out connector, smoke off the window. They are going to go for a B play here, but it's all through the apartments. And MVP, they're going to have a jump spot, a Molotov down, and then Stax hidden in the corner, able to spray away. Let's see how this goes.
Molotov going in. Actually a little late, but Stax still the unknown factor, and he waits. That flash is good, and Stax only good for 2, but that might be enough. He's done his job. The retake is already here, and HSK is bounding into the bomb site, closing the gap. Keeping the pressure on, and it's more than pressure for MVP. They'll take the round. They keep those 3 players alive. So much confidence, so much pace just to get in there, disallow that bomb plant. They don't give up a 3-on-3 with bomb down. They know that that would leave them on the back foot. They just immediately, on the back of that like slight moment of hesitation that having Stax getting that double kill causes, HSK just runs in.
Wow.
Also, it would have been calm that there was a player back in apartment, so he knows at that point in time there's more of them in the bomb site than there are Alpha Red players. So he's feeling pretty happy about taking those duels. It's back to the drawing board now for Alpha Red as they partially invest in this round.
And double ramp setup as well. The flashes go over, but that's not helpful because there's 2 players here. HSK shooting through his teammate, but he's going to find both. Zion grabbing the pistol, but he's just spamming through the smoke. 2 for him as well. It is an absolute fragathon here in the A site. Olivia is not going to be able to get through the palace. And yeah, it feels like Alpha Red aren't reading the setups of MVP at all. They're just kind of walking into more of these close ramp plays, rather. They've actually had a good success of getting that bomb down on A with the full executes, but not here, not now. MVP have seen far more reactive in this game than Alpha Red. Because now that thinking about it, Alpha Red, they've had 1 round where they've gotten someone up into ladder room. Now, Olivia will get a chance to run through B, knowing that it's empty because MVP have the bomb, but MVP have their backs covered. They more than know that Olivia can be anywhere right now. And look how tunneled they're playing. This is awful. How do you even... What do you counter this setup with?
This was Fortnite. You would just wait for them to add airstrikes in. Just whack down one of those bad boys. But this is a good game, so we don't have that. Olivia's just got to try and hold on to his AK and armor. So 5 alive for MVP at the end of the first half, end of the Oh, there.
Round 12.
Yeah, round 12. That's brilliant looking to the future for this MVP squad as we are nearing the end of this first half and it's already been a stellar CT side. They're no longer in that spot that they were a few rounds ago. If you remember when they were, what, I think it was like 5-1 up in the game. They lose one of those rounds and then we see them immediately have to take an eco. And that was how ALPHA Red were able to get back into the game and a little bit more. They're able to string together a few rounds on the back of MVP's money getting broken. That's becoming less and less of a factor. Like, one win isn't going to do it anymore. You know, you've built up enough cash here on the side of MVP. And so for ALPHA Red now, like, this really is challenging to get back into because you're going to be having to grind this out into buys. MVP are buying from now to the end of the game. You know, this isn't, you don't get any freebies anymore, no. Hugo. This is it. This is the grind. They're on it.
Rise and grind gamers. New day of fragging approaches, Harry. I want to see this window boost again. They got the smoke down. They managed to get players in there before. It feels like ALPHA Red aren't utilizing the amount of room they're being given here in middle. They take mid, they leave one player there, and they fall back and go for a standard execute. It just seems so plain, and MVP are reading it every time. This time they get up catwalk, and that bomb could be going towards B. This is finally what I want to see. More players up short. MVP have deep apartments control. 789 is a solo man here. They love a 4-1 split, never a 2-3. Deep smoking apps. 789 might go through it. Stax is ready, and he trades out for the AK. More players below him on the site. Death playing very delayed, waiting for contact. He'll get some, dropping the bomb. That's a great shot, but the trade is imminent. HSK finding one from the market, and Zion's out with 2 out of nowhere. MVP, another round to add to the tally. This is just dominant, Harry. 10-3 up right now on the CT side. Are they ever stopping?
Yeah, it's really not looking like it. ALPHA Red, they need more if they want to have a chance of salvaging this in the second half. And it feels a little bit devastating at this point in time. Like, you can even tell on their faces, they look pretty upset with how this one's panning out. And I can't say I blame them, right? Like, you look at their journey at this event so far, they come into it. Even in the interviews, you can hear that they're so humble, right? That the way that they speak about their game, that they've been such a joy to watch. We saw them on day one. They were able to beat MVP. Spirits were high. They take Tyloo 3 maps. It was a fantastic series. And they managed to get it close. Since then, though, this matchup with MVP, the rematch from day one, the chance for revenge for the Koreans, and the kind of reality of it all maybe setting in here for ALPHA Red. They know they need more. They have to get more, and they're approaching their last couple of chances, at least in this half. Molotov going to force my rolls forward. Will return with one of his own. Stax forced back out of the bomb site, and now having to form a hasty retreat. There are players down through short. Foxes and 789 immediately opening up with 3 between them. This leaves HSK alone.
That's exactly what I wanted, Harry. A fast cat play, 3 up cat, 2 through B apartments, off of sport. They have 5 alive, and that will change, but not much. 4 players standing, all of them tagged. But that's a round, Harry. A faster paced round. This is something that we discussed yesterday. ALPHA Red seem to not have the ability to know when to speed up, when to throw in a Hail Mary. They love these slow defaults, which obviously, you know, it's great considering, you know, Asian teams are known to be scrappy and aggressive and not always in the best of ways, but I want more of that from ALPHA Red. Their players are very, very talented, and they show us there in that round 4 to their name here on the T side. If they can get this last one and go 10-5 up, well, maybe this is winnable in that second half, but they're going to need everything they've got. And of course, they're going to need this last round as well. Still with money to play with, but saving Galil's from the previous. Tactical pause for ALPHA Red. They know how important this last round of the half is as well.
See, picking up that round for ALPHA Red does at least make this now a more entertaining final round of the half, because both teams are going to have an investment. We've got AWPs on either side of the equation. Had they lost it, would have just been force buying. Would have been a very depressing way to round off this third map. Over here in mid, HSK and Zine doubling up. And the kind of worst thing is because HSK is able to deal with that first player so quickly, they don't even realize that Zine's gone aggressive and into short. Mirage and Fox is all that remain, 2v4, and already there's 3 players here for MVP. They're outnumbered in this bomb site, and they're outgunned. They'll get put down 11-4. MVP with a stellar CT half. Their T side coming up next. Is this going to be the revenge of the Korean squad as they take this series, or is it going to be the comeback for ALPHA Red? Are they going to do the impossible? Are they going to weather the storm? There's only one playoff spot left. The loser is going home. Join us after the break to find out exactly who snatches that up.
(11-4) is the score as we reach halftime here in map number 3. MVP sitting pretty up in the lead after their CT side of Mirage. ALPHA Red looked like they were out of options, but they're still in this game, Harry. They're still in the series. They're still in the minor, but for how much longer is the question? 5 rounds separating MVP from going to those playoffs and sending ALPHA Red all the way home to Thailand. That is a long flight, and they don't want to do it today. So let's hope that ALPHA Red can pull things together and make this a competitive one. Pistol round is going to be the building block for getting back into this game. Do or die, Harry. We've been saying it a lot, but it really is the truth.
Yeah, finally culminating across 3 maps. We get to see exactly how this series unravels. MVP are looking wired at the end of that first half, 11-4. And immediately, it's looking like a split on the cards here for MVP. Stacks is waiting. That's the it's like getting thrown in from him, and that's going to land over in CT. One for jungle as well. Olivia trying to go aggressive, does get annihilated there on the push. And now MVP kickstarting this pistol round with a man advantage.
Oh, KNTZ, patient play. He gets a final bullet off into the head of Stacks, but that's not going to be enough right now. MVP are running over this A site. Mirage getting back in. He needs this kill, but Zeph glocking him from close range. And 789 on 10 points of health. It's a bullet between MVP and their pistol round locked in. And I'm sure they've got this one under wraps. 789 tapped in the face. And that's a 12th round for MVP. This might just be done sooner than we imagined, Harry. It's so nice to see a resurgence of MVP after that first day where we were really worried that they weren't going to come into this tournament looking fresh. They did not look like the team they look like now. They got 10 rounds on that best of 1 against ALPHA Red on Train. But even after their loss on Vertigo, they are looking to reverse sweep the series.
Smoke up into the apartments. repel MVP from trying their hands at this push. Now, ALPHA Red, they've gone for the force. I feel like at this point in time, there's no like clean-cut way to do this, right? You either ecoed this one and you had a kind of weak buy at a 13-4 scoreline with rifles, or you force buy now, go 13-4.
I like this because this means you get an AWP. If you don't do this, you don't get an AWP. If you eco this and buy next and you lose that, you're down 14-4 and you don't have a rifle round left. So at least this guarantees, yeah, okay, right, you have less of a buffer, but you actually have a real buy with the AWP, with the utility, everything. And of course, you can still win these rounds. They can definitely fall apart, but MVP looking very slow and very calculated here. This anti-eco, they're taking control of the Palace, clearing out close bulk. And they're going to go for this A play into 4. Ooh.
They actually are getting churned up by the pistols. This is a disaster. MVP, they've been shut down with the attempted A play. They walk into 4 and they pay the price for it. 1 kill going their way. Stacks, if he doesn't check close, he's done. MVP, they've thrown that one away, and that will be ALPHA Red snatching back around from the force buy. And this is why, Hugo, like you say, you were stating that you like this idea from MVP to take the force, and this is why. Now, you can pick these rounds up. You definitely can. And even if you don't, you still get the AWP in a round's time. So, big round from ALPHA Red, and maybe the one that could be the turning point for them. Obviously, at this point in time, the comeback still a long way away. Oh, dear. And it might be about to get even further. HSK digging down Olivia over in mid. It's only 1 man. It's just 4 on 5. But this was exactly the kind of undoing that ALPHA Red, the MVP had happened to them in the round prior.
Yeah, ALPHA Red lost the pistol, but they won the force. If they lose this round, I mean, they're out of the tournament, Harry. It's simple as that. They have to close out the anti-ecos. They can't be falling to forces. Not here, not now. They don't have the rounds to play with. This round just as important as the pistol, if not more, because it's a 5-on-4 in favor of MVP. 7 could get caught. He's walking towards connector. He's found 1. Damage to the second. They've got to boost in. He's going to be wrapped, but he's spraying and he's praying. 3 kills. Bomb drop. The wrap is in, but it might not matter because they've still got the bomb under control. I say that. Zed has found a 1D gal on A. They need to grab this package right now, but Mirage is pushed up on short, and Zayn has grabbed a rifle. This is falling apart. Fox might be able to catch the cross, but it's being covered. He strafes out and he wins the fight. Dear, that comes down to the wire, but 6 rounds locked in for ALPHA Red. You cannot get closer in that anti-eco. And now the question is, do MVP buy again? They've got the round lead, and they've just broken the economy very low, so it wouldn't surprise me if they double forced. No, playing it safe.
Instead, just going to try and waterfall into the A bomb site. All 5 players up in Palace. And it's just the explosion on in. You want a bomb plant here, that's what you're hoping for. Counter-terrorists win. Hopes and dreams, though, they get shattered on the day-to-day by ALPHA Red. 7-12. Now this buy coming in for MVP, and this is really where we're going to get to see if this comeback is much of a reality, right? The first real test within the server of this T side from MVP. Buy coming in, taking a bit of time to try and work out exactly how they want to invest, and it will be those 2 Kriegs alongside the AKs. Nades out in full force on either side, so this is a nice buy to decide the kind of outcome of this game for the time being. And initially MVP trying to take mid control, player up in the apartments as well, with Zayn just keeping an eye on that ramp and Palace position, making sure that ALPHA Red haven't tried their hand at any aggression. He's lining up a smoke by the looks of things off the minimap. I think that was the cat smoke. No, he hasn't thrown it yet, so we're all good. Decides against it. We'll retrieve that bomb. Going to rejoin with the rest of his team over in the apartments. 3 players for MVP out in middle. That window smoke that's down, giving them a veil to move behind, but it will dissipate soon.
Yeah, they've also got a con smoke, so they could feign some sort of A pressure here, but with no one ramp side, it's going to be through the boost. Olivia waiting for it. Oh, the smoke fades is actually a dink. That's so unfortunate. Zeph gets the kill. MVP with a man advantage. Still 2 players committed towards A, and now ALPHA Red have lost their mid controls. They don't know where this bomb is going. They're so scared of being contact walked in through connector, but it's actually a B play. Mirage is waiting at the back of the site. He's going to spot the bomb, get some information, but he needs kills, and he's only got 1 for his name. 2 players left up, and ALPHA Red are calling it already. They're just going to save. 2 on 4, no retake today, and a 13th round for MVP. They are so close, Harry, to getting to these playoffs. And ALPHA Red, even with this save, I mean, they're going to be able to buy in the follow-up, but it's not going to be perfect. Nothing is right now.
And it's such a gut-wrenching call to have to make, to save at this point in time. But it is the correct one in this situation, right? You still get this perfect buy-up on the cards, so you definitely understand it. You just conceded a 13th to MVP. As you give up this round, they are edging ever so closer to knocking you out from this tournament and snatching that playoff spot from right underneath your nose. Let's not forget, ALPHA Red, they've had 2 chances of securing a spot in the playoffs. So you kind of imagine that for these guys now, MVP, the team that they beat on day 1 to get their initial chance at a playoff spot when they faced Tyloo, to have it happening again versus the team that you've already beat, you've got to start getting in your own head at some point, right? Just feeling a little bit down and out, but they're still giving it their all. They haven't really shown any mental fatigue just yet. I mean, I think spirits are still looking reasonably high. Mid-aggression from MVP as they just blitz their way on down, and it's brute force into connector.
It's a lot of grenades for a spot that's not commonly played, but maybe miscommunication. Doesn't matter, because MVP flashed up into the ladder, and HSK, he gets the kill. Fox wasn't blind, he was round the corner, but he just peeks into the spray. 5 on 4, and MVP can just slow it right down. Or they can speed it up. They're already up into the B site. They just run up catwalk. HSK gets the entry, and Stax has the bomb to plant. This could go down without a fight. And again, a 4 on 2. It's done, Harry. It's a 14th round because KNTZ is nowhere near that bomb, and 7's been caught in tandem through rotation. So 1 on 4, not even looking at the B site right now, just looking for exits, and we are reaching danger time, Harry. 14-7. MVP, they have put in so much work in this series to be down on Vertigo as well, to lose the first map, to pull it back. And think about the way that they took the second map of Inferno, right? They went 8-7 on the half. They then closed the map after, they switched to CT side and closed the map 16-7. They didn't lose a single CT round. So
Hugo,
yeah,
they might be about to do that here.
It does look that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, not in the same fashion of going flawless over on their T side, but
I mean, just as dominant.
Yeah, right. That's the trajectory it looks like we're on right now. MVP cannot be stopped. 4 spy for ALPHA Red against 14-7.
It's the buy to keep them in the tournament, Harry, but what have they got to show us with it? 2 Deagles, a double UMP, and a rifle saved from the previous round. MVP, they are set up outside of that B site, but mainly default here. HSK can late smoke window or top mid here from spawn, but instead he goes ramp side. I'm surprised there's no real aggression, but as I say that, ALPHA Red pushed into middle. Olivia taking the top of mid with the UMP. Not the gun you want for it, but he can just post up close cap and wait for someone to walk around this corner.
You know, ALPHA Red threw that deep apartment smoke in from the B bomb site. You know, the one that blocks off that push into the kitchen. And they heard MVP throwing Molotovs through, so they know that no one was deep in the apartments. And that's why we saw Olivia fall off from the B bomb site and go for this aggressive mid stance. Now, wasn't able to actually pan out. He did get dropped. He gets away with good damage. Lying in wait on the other side of the smoke is Foxes, and it's got to be a big play, but Zeph barreling his team. Bailing his teammates out of that position. Now Myral's inside of the bomb site. Ooh, lines up 2 with the UMP. AK retrieved, will get shut down. He tries his damnedest, but it's not enough. He's done his job. Now it's KNTZ and 789. Two of the players, by the way, that we have been hyping up to no end, that have always been consistent performers for this ALPHA Red squad in every matchup, maybe bar this one, left in this 2v3. And if there ever was a time to have that return to form, it's now.
Yeah, 789 only has to hit one bullet on this car player. He's ducking his way through, getting a lot of room for free, but he's got to check higher. Surely he gets caught from the short corner. KNTZ won't even take a look into the round with his teammate dead. The time is done and the round is over. It's 15-7. This poor man's been saving round after round, and this time Zeph doesn't want to even allow him to do so. He's running CT, and KNTZ's got to go inside market and run. He's done that. He's saved his gun. It's okay. Well, it's not really okay because it's 15-7 and MVP are one round away from making these playoffs, joining the likes of Greyhound and, of course, Tai Lu, who came out of their group in first.
Yeah, by the looks of things, they might be joining Avant there as well, as they are currently sat 14-7 up over 5 power over on the main stream in map number 3. So both of these streams running parallel scorelines. We're split down the middle. MVP, the Hail Mary B play to try and close this out, perhaps. No, Zeta actually does pump the brakes. Slows right down. Oh, no. He's hungry for it. And Fox is, well, hungrier. Does actually shut him down. Zeph at least will find the equalizer. Olivia going aggressive through lower tunnels. Maybe getting a bit overzealous there. And now this has put us back into a 4-on-4.
MVP rerouting, though. They'll go back towards middle with 3. They still have Zeph up in the apartments, but he's gone lower. So they're just going to crawl up catwalk. Zeph makes sure there's no flank coming in from below, and now he knows that he can walk in through apps, and MVP can triple play this short position, but it's being covered from Connector. Oh, no, it's not, sorry. KNTZ's in the CT spawn. Looked like he was closer. Instead, it's a double play on that B side for ALPHA Red, but that's a good hold. Fox finding one. He's got to kill this apartments player, but he's so low. HSK finally catches him moving off. There's one man hiding bench, and if he hides, he could stop this bomb plant with 30 seconds. That would buy so much time. There are Molotovs for this position, but he's going to peek out instead and take the fight. One dropped, second gone down as well. HSK needs the clutch.
He's not going to get it. He gets sandwiched. So another round for ALPHA Red. They keep the faint glimmer of hope burning that much longer. But they still need 7 rounds in a row, Hugo. It would require a monumental effort from this squad.
Not quite the easy pickings they were hoping for, Harry. Still no AWP here for the CT side. Money is going to be an issue until this game is done. I'm, of course, assuming they don't pull the 7th round comeback, but let's wait and see. Fox getting spammed on short, has to fall off. Through a smoke as well. Poor him. Doesn't even see his enemy. MVP really slowed down the pace here as they just wait in middle with this default.
They're going to get taken. MVP wrapping back through T-Spawn. And now with Zeph set up over here in Connector, this is going to be that ace split. There is Olivia over here in jungle. And you definitely would have heard some of this noise that Zeph has been making. Play coming on through. Iroll's going to be that first man in rotation. 789 does catch stacks now. Falling. Zion and Zeta getting damage done. Olivia barreling through that smoke, and he tries so hard. Gets so far, but in the end, ooh, it might not even matter. Fox is left up 1v2. 15 points of health. Zeta and HSK to find. And this feels like a nigh-on impossible clutch. Pushing in, HSK shuts him down, and it's MVP to take the victory here in a 2-to-1 fashion. The Koreans deal the killing blow. And They will be sending Alpha Red home, all the while securing themselves a spot in the playoffs, joining the likes